got to shut the Bluetooth off again, so nobody would have heard me. How's everybody doing tonight? I just did kind of an accessory night tonight. I'll just wait for some people to show up here. Doesn't usually take too long. There's some water here. Mm. Yeah, I probably gonna switch my monolift for bench for tomorrow. That's probably what I'm gonna do in a few minutes here. Yeah, it does takes a few minutes to get somebody to get people on here. Takes a few minutes. How is everybody doing tonight, anyways? What somebody's on? How are you? Whoever that is. Today was a good day. Today, I just did some accessory stuff, some bicep curls, dumbbell curls, and some Penlay rows over here. Right over here, I did some rows. They were 315. Yep. I don't do that many sets. I don't do a lot of volume. I used to do a lot of volume when I was younger. I made the mistake of trying to do Arnold Schwarzenegger's routines, and I had that book, Arnold Schwarzenegger's bodybuilding from encyclopedia or whatever, and I made that mistake. Somebody got off already. That's okay. Somebody else will show up. Yeah. Yeah, I made that mistake when I was younger, that bodybuilding for men by Arnold Schwarzenegger. I know it's called. There was two books. There was one, Bodybuilding for Men. I had that one smaller, but I had the big. I had the big Arnold Schwarzenegger encyclopedia of bodybuilding, and I made that mistake. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Oh, hello. How you doing? Yep. From Italy. Nice, beautiful country. Right now, we're just talking about doing a lot of volume versus just doing like almost a Mike Menser one set to failure. I don't quite do that. I'm a power lifter, so when I do a bodybuilding routine, I don't do a lot of volume. I don't want to get tendonitis. I'm going to be 57 in a couple of weeks. So I usually just find, I warm up and I do one big set. Like tonight it was 60-pound dumbbells for a nine for hammer curls. And then I did some of these Penlay rows over here with 315 for five. No straps, barehanded. Um, yeah, the bodybuilding for men. I made that mistake when I was younger, though. I tried to keep up with that kind of a routine. When he was going and he said, who knows what's true or not, he would go twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening, and train and do like 15, 20 sets for biceps, more than that, 20 sets for biceps, 20 sets for 20, 25 sets for chest, and I would try to do that kind of thing, doing every exercise that you can think of for each muscle group. And I ended up getting real tight tendonitis. I never, uh, I never used to make. I was stuck making gains because I was overtraining back then. Uh, yeah, those are very good, very smart guy, Sam. Very smart guy. Yep. Yeah, I don't know about Phil Heath. He's up there. I'm gonna have to go with either Ronnie Coleman or Lee Haney, maybe Arnold. And that it's all different. It's different. I don't know, time periods. You can't really compare them. Arnold didn't quite have the knowledge and the drugs that they have these days. Those were the best guys from those days. I'm more of a power lifter. I'm really not into bodybuilding. I wouldn't be alive right now, probably at 57 and in good health if I got into bodybuilding the way they do nowadays. Too much drugs, you know. I have nothing against PEDs at all, but taking insulin, GH, and then, you know, many, many grams of test, you know what I mean? My thoughts on Lee Priest, good, funny guy. Yeah, I think his highest placing was number 6 in the Mr. Olympia. Kind of got the short end of the stick, because no pun intended. A short guy, but very, very big arms, well put together. He got the short end of the stick, like I'm saying. He got banned. I think he got banned from the IBBF, International Is it IBBF? Something like that. Johnny Carson, Johnny Clarkson. I don't know who the hell that is. Sorry. Yeah, if anybody like gets out of line, I just block them. If I think you're just a clown on here, I block you right away. That's no problem. We're only into serious powerlifting, maybe a little bodybuilding. It's a serious type thing, and sobriety too. I've been sober for over a decade now. But if anybody's clowning around, I just block you. Not a problem. I don't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? I don't know who the hell Johnny Clarkson is. I'm probably gonna block you though. I don't look like anybody like that. I don't know who the hell you're talking about. I don't have a problem blocking people, believe me. Most people wouldn't say anything like anything to my face, anyways. Face to face, they call it keyboard warriors. Oh, I don't know who that. Oh, I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was only kidding about blocking you because I don't know who it is. Yep. But anyways, yeah, I just like to keep things, you know, and real. You know, I joke around a lot. I have a good sense of humor, and I started out being I was homeless for over a decade and a half. Homeless. I lived in the woods actually for about a month in Carbondale, Illinois. I didn't even have a tent. All I had was a tarp over me with my girl I had then. And yeah, I lived on people's couches until they kicked me out back then. I was in and out of every county jail you can think of in 3 different states. I didn't have a driver's license. I was unemployable. I couldn't keep a job. I wouldn't even attempt to get a job, you know. I was just a bum, you know. But you know what? I always, even in those days, drinking all the time, I always worked out a little bit, anyways, but mostly calisthenics. How long have you worked out to bench that much? Since the 80s, on and off until I hit 33, and then I stopped working out all told until I was 40, almost 48 on the weight. Then I hit the weights at 48 years old. Yeah, he was a very honest guy. Yeah, very honest, and it killed him. All the stuff, you know, that oil that they inject in their arms, synthol or whatever the hell it is. What's the other guy, Goliath or whatever the hell his name? He just died at 35. That stuff's very toxic, very, very toxic. Yeah, he was. Yeah, Rich Piano was a pretty funny guy. I hated to see him go, but I wasn't surprised. I really wasn't. You know, you can't do that much gear. And also, I remember his video series. He gained like 80 pounds in like 3 months. That's not healthy at all. You can't do that shit. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's got Jeff Cavalier's okay. Yep. He can. The only thing I didn't like about is the fake weights he was using on a couple of videos. If he shouldn't have done that. That's about all I could say bad about the guy. But he does know what he's talking about. I don't get that stuff. It's beyond PEDs. It doesn't even. No, really doesn't. All that stuff's way beyond PEDs. It's way beyond just doing like 400 milligrams of test a week or something. You know. Yeah, I know he did. You know. He's no longer with us because of what he did. You know, I hate to. I'm being honest about it. And all that oily, he never needed to do all that oil. He never need. Who's the dude? That's what's his name there? The guy from Iceland. Hafthor Bjornsson. Yep. Yeah, Hafthor Bjornsson. beat it by a little bit. He pulled that up pretty easy. Yeah, I don't think he's going to ever do that again, that much weight, you know. I don't think so. I mean, these guys are getting older. And maybe, maybe not. I know Hafthor tore his pec bench and he was making a comeback. I watched the whole thing. I was following him on Facebook, and he tore his pec. So that's pretty much game over for a long time when you tear your pec right off the bone. You know, it's not. Yeah, I use protein powder. Nothing special, you know, whenever I can get cheap or whatever. I'm not really. I should get better stuff, okay? You know, I'm not definitely not perfect. I'm too much of a bargain shopper. I like Thor, beyond, and I like the other guy. I like Hall too. I like them both, but I'm gonna have to go with Thor because I'm Scandinavian. That's about it. The only reason. 20s, and he opened up my eyes with steroid use. Okay, yeah, I like Thor very much. Do yep. Yeah, it's too bad he tore his pec though. That was pretty nasty. I use hemp seed protein to avoid the whey. Okay, yeah, all right. I'll have to see. I'll have to look into that though. Yeah, the one in Iceland, it might not have been as I think he did it in his home gym. I mean, at his own gym. You know, you're right. You know, hey, you got to be honest. You know, with this the kind of stuff. Got to be honest. Remember the guy from there was a guy from Iceland back in the '90s who died while he was deadlifting. He was like just maybe a little bit over his prime. I forgot his name. He won the World's Strongest Man like 3 times. I think late '80s, '90s. His dad weighed the plates. Yeah, it probably was. You know, I think it was legit. But yeah, yeah. Maybe he should have done it at a gym that was, you know, everybody was there, sanctioned, a different gym, you know. Maybe he should have done it at a different gym. I don't know. You know, it looked legit to me. But, you know, if there's a question about it, there's a question about it. He probably should have done it where there would be no questions about it at all, you know. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. You know, strongman's a little different. You got straps. I powerlift. My best deadlift without straps and with no belt was at 54 years old, just 600 pounds. And I went from I wanted to do 600 pounds in my mid 50s at a this was competition. I did it one time in my gym. That was with a stiff bar. Actually, the bar is over there. Actually, that I did it with. Is it over there? No, it's over here. The bar that I did it with in my gym is over there. Now I have a Texas deadlift bar. But anyways, I did it once in my gym, and then I opened up with 500. I had one of my better days of lifting that day. My squat, I did 530 raw squat. This is when I was 54 a couple of years ago. I ended up with a 530-pound squat. Then I benched, was a 390 bench, which I beat the next month with a 400-pound bench. But then I opened up with a 500-pound deadlift, and I went right up to 600 pounds, and I hit that, and that was it. I was done. Two times. I didn't go for that third attempt. Yeah, it's not for everybody deadlifting. But yeah, I had my best day. I had 1520 total. 54 years old. It was a hot day. The gym I was that the competition was in. The gym the competition was in had no air conditioning. It was hot. I drove there. I didn't stay overnight. It was in Connecticut, which is like 2.5 hours from here. And it was just not ideal conditions. Everybody was dying of the heat, but I had my best day. Very, very strange. Any tips on hypertrophy? I'm not really. Yeah, I'm not. I would say, yeah, just Okay, tips for that would be consistent with your diet. Make sure you get enough protein and enough carbohydrates and fats. Just make sure and don't eat all junk either. Try to eat real good food. Keep up with your protein. Yeah, like I said, the junk food's not going to get you anywhere. A little bit here and there. Also, you got to get your calories in, and also you got to be consistent. Just be consistent. Uh, don't miss a lot of workouts. Don't miss workouts, and learn when to back off if you feel like if you're getting a little tendonitis. Start to learn your own how to learn your own body. Like I used to say, you got to learn about your own body and what works for you. If you can't do don't do stuff that doesn't work for you. Some people can do behind the neck presses. Some people can't. Learn that works best for your body. I got sober and I joined a gym after I got out. I was locked up for about 9 months. Actually, it was 10 months. I was locked up for 10 months, and I started working out in prison. I was in prison. Some of the weights were welded, and I noticed I got strong very fast. This is when I was 46, and I was 46 years old. I started working out in prison, and my first time I ever benched, it was 195 for 5 reps. That's the first time I had benched in 15 years, 195 for 5. And then before you know it, I was doing 225 for 5. And I got stuck at around 285 in there for one on the bench. The food, I didn't have that many. I ran out of money in the last 2 months, so I couldn't afford any commissary or anything. So I wasn't getting the best protein. And but when I got out, I remember I did 315 after like 6 months of working out. And then I knew it, before a year was up, I was getting it for 6. And I was training everything the same. I was training legs, deadlift. I was not missing any body part. I was not missing any of the 3 big lifts, and shoulders too. I was working shoulders. I was very consistent and training. I never planned on doing any powerlifting. I liked the sport. I liked it by that time. I can remember deadlifting 555 or whatever for a couple of reps, when I was in my late 40s without even competing. And then my bench was about 350, pause bench. I was 51 years old, and my friend said, "Hey, there's a powerlifting competition that's pretty close to the house. Do you want to do it?" And I said, "Nah, I'm not really ready." I wasn't really. I wasn't deadlifting hardly at all. I got kind of lazy. The only thing I was doing was benching a lot. So I ended up doing that, and I ended up benching 350 first time at one of those competitions, at a competition. It was a push-pull bench deadlift. And I ended up just deadlifting 450 or something like that. Very, very, they call it what do they call it there? A poor man's deadlift. Thanks, Allan. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, so then I did that one. Then the next one, it didn't even go that good. It was in the middle of COVID in August. And I opened up with it was a push-pull again. I opened up with 320 pounds on the bench. And then I went right for 355. I could not do it. I couldn't do 355. I tried it again, and you're not going to get it again when you run out of strength. I picked 5 pounds. Had it been 352, I might have got it. It was just a little bit too much. But I ended up deadlifting, I think it was 480 or something like that, which was an improvement on but I was so disappointed with it. That's the lowest I've ever done, is 320. It was almost embarrassing, kind of, for me anyways. And then the next one I did the same thing. I missed 355, but I ended up doing, I think I opened up with 335, and then I went to 350, and I did that again, but I could not do 355. So that's the second time I missed it in competition, 355. And I ended up, that was a full power. I ended up deadlifting 540 pounds, though, that time. My deadlift got better. That was the third time I competed. It was probably 6 months after my disappointment in August. But then the next one I did is when I really broke in. I benched 370, no problem. And I deadlifted in the high 500s and I squatted 500 or close to 500. And then I did my, I did an RPS meet and I got close to 1500 total. Yeah, my best bench in competition, and I've only done this twice in my life, was 405 in competition raw. I did it once in my gym, a sloppy touch and go, and I did it once very smoothly. I'll have to upload the video again. About 5 months ago or so, at 56 years old. Yeah, it's all consistency. You're right, Greg. All consistency. If you're not consistent, you'll never go anywhere in life. That's with anything in life, you know. Consistency is key. Um, I was stuck so long at that 350 though, for well over a year. I could not do it. Oh, you know what? There was 3 attempts. I also went to Illinois. I'm sorry, not Illinois. I'm sorry. I went to Ohio. Larry Pacifico, whose picture's on my wall over here. I'll have to show you. Let me see. I got to turn this over. Larry Pacifico messaged me on Facebook. I'll show you a picture of Larry. He messaged me on Facebook and said, "Look, I'll pay for a trip for you to come to Ohio if you break your deadlift record for RPS." I flew to Ohio. That's Larry right there with Vincenello. Vincenello's deadlifting. Vince is the first person to deadlift over 800 pounds at under 200. Larry Pacifico, there was only one federation in the 70s, and he won 9 of them, all from 1970 to 1979. He won every one of them in the 70s. That's him. Oops. And I got more pictures of him over here. There's Larry right there. Yeah, he benched close to almost 600 pounds in competition at 225. Very good guy. Took care of me like family. Treated me like family. Had a room ready for me. Has him with some women, some girls, right there. Any more pictures of him here? There's a picture of a friend of mine that just passed away. He's with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Pat Nevey. He just passed away. Good friend of mine. Picture of me right there. You know, there he is right there. That's Larry. He's in his late 70s now. Right there. That's me right there. I ended up breaking the deadlift record for RPS by 0.1 pounds. But yeah, he invited me. I took me to the Outback. He was telling me stories. He used to do color commentary for the networks back in the 70s with Bob Costas. Told me stories about him hanging out with Andre the Giant and stuff. The guy really lived the life, the iron lifestyle. He's known as Mr. Powerlifting. You can look him up on Wikipedia. Yeah, Tom Platz is a pretty what do they call him? The Golden Eagle there. Yeah. Yeah, whatever works for you is right. Yep. Hi, Kathleen. I love you. That's my lady right there. Beautiful lady. Yeah, very beautiful. I couldn't ask for a better lady. I tell you what. She's wonderful. Yes, Danielle, how are you? Yeah, Kathleen has been the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life. I can honestly say that. Absolutely. She's working tonight. She's a nurse, you know. God bless the nurses in this country. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Kathleen. I do. I work for the military at a military base, just doing maintenance and stuff. And I do odds and ends. I'm a professional painter, drywall. I'm pretty good, very good with drywall painting. And I like to paint, I really do. But yeah, I work at a military base, so that's basically what I do most of the time. Yeah. Yes, you are my soulmate, that's for sure. There's nobody better in my life ever. Harris 2024. I don't think she won. You got to be kidding me, right? Well, yeah. What do we got here? You could do a Trump impersonation. Hey, I'm Donald. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Vinny. Whatever. Yep. That's right, Kathleen. We do, Kathy. We compliment each other. Um, she has been a godsend in my life. I can't say enough about her. I cannot say enough about her. No, I don't think so. Justin or whatever the hell your name is. I will wear whatever I want. And by the way, I'll see you later too. Like I said, I don't care. I block people left and right. I don't own any guns at all. Okay, goodbye. This guy right here is gone too. Bye. Any foolish stuff, I just block them. That's all. How's it going there tonight, anyways? You're very busy there, though. But yeah, you're such a good worker, such a very good worker. I live in Massachusetts. Live in Massachusetts. I love it here, actually, except for the taxes. They call it Taxachusetts. But yeah, I like it here. I like the change of seasons. Um, I lived in Florida for 16 years, and I'd go there on vacation, but I never want to live there again. And then in Illinois, I lived there. Very nice people. All right. Oh, sorry to hear that. Shorthanded. Yeah, yeah. It sucks when you're shorthanded. Yep. Ronnie's strength in strong days. Ronnie's strength and strong day. I'm just reading some of the comments on my. I put a couple of videos up today. My next competition will be in May in Vermont. It'll be like the third. I think it's like the fourth or fifth time I've been to Vermont. Uh, Kathy's come with me. They always know us there. Some of these motels, they know us by first name almost. They recognize us. We've been to that one. What is it? That one motel that has the pool that's always closed. We always get there too late in Vermont. Um, Brattleboro, Vermont. Yep, that's. I think this will be the fourth or fifth time though in Brattleboro. Right, right, Kathy? Is it 4 or 5 times? You've been there with. I've been there by myself twice before I met Kathy. Uh, One time I went there, I had the flu, and and it was the tail end of it, and I got pretty sick. But I ended up. What did I squat? Only 500. I actually squatted 530, but I lost my balance as I was locking it out. Yeah, 4 times, right? Yep. And I've been there twice by myself. Or once. uh, No, yeah. Wait a minute. No, went once with my sister, and then once by myself, and then another time in New Hampshire. I went to New Hampshire. My sister went with me to New Hampshire. That's right. We got a motel room that smelled just like a damn cigarette in that place, like nicotine. Yeah, it was pretty bad. We almost wore our masks in there. I should have gotten another room. I should have canceled it and gone somewhere else. But yeah, we've been there several times. I've eaten at 99 Pub 99 or whatever you want to call it. Usually when I go there. I am 44 years old. I've been working out for about 30 years. Thank you very much, Martin. Appreciate it. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Yeah, I wish I didn't mess around so much. Almost drank myself to death when I was 44. I drank from morning till night. There must be a lot of deterioration. No, none at all. I have very strong knees, no deterioration at all. I'll be 57 in 2 months. I got no problem squatting over 500 pounds still. The knees are fine. That's why one secret to it is I'm a big guy. I never got into running. Running, you know. Hey, there he is. There's Don. That's pretty good that you remembered. We met under. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I do remember that, Dawn. I remember that. It was the you know what the video was is how much can you bench or whatever at a certain age, something like that. It was something like that about how much you could bench, and me and you started a little. We started talking a little bit on there a couple of times, and yeah, I had my channel on there, and you ended up showing up on my channel. That was a long time ago, Dawn. And I think we were only I hadn't even competed. I might have been in my late 40s then. Wow, yeah, it's been a long time, Don. It has. Yeah, that's pretty good, Mike. Yeah, very good. Yep. Yeah, as long as you're doing something, you're not getting injured. Yep. Very good. Whatever makes, you know what, do whatever. If you like to swim, swim. You know, always, but do something. Stay in motion. Don't let yourself sit around and do nothing, you know? Yeah, man, that's fantastic. Swimming is a very good exercise, man. Very good. I love to go swimming, and I actually had to take it. I went to Northeastern for 1 year. I was gonna be. It was a failed attempt. I won't say failed. I had a good. You know, I learned a lot there. I was gonna be a phys ed teacher. It just wasn't in the works, so I wasn't very good at physics. Some of the other stuff, and I was partying too much. That's probably the real reason why I didn't make it. I was partying too much, but I had to take swimming. That was a good class. It was fun. The big old Olympics swimming pool, and I had to dive off the way up on the high diving board. A little bit scary at first, but take her to the doctor. Take her to the doctor. That's all you can do, you know. Absolutely, it's a great exercise, Martin. Very good. Yeah, yeah. It trains the whole body, and it's non-impact. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't. It's very hard to get to get injured swimming. You know, it's very hard to get. You're not going to get injured usually swimming. You know, and it's such a good exercise. Try swimming across that back and forth in one of those Olympic pools. I'll tell you, I'm a very good swimmer. Really surprised. These two people raced me. One about 17, who only weighed probably 170 maybe, and the dad who was about my age at the time. This was a few years ago. I beat them by a whole fucking half of. I beat them by a half a pool length. I made a wake because I'm a big guy, you know. I made a wake in the pool, and my ex girlfriend at the time and the guy's wife, they were both laughing so hard. It was like I made a wake so big, swimming so fast that the damn water came out of the pool. Yeah, it was down here. We used to drink so much beer. We had to put. I got to the point where I would drink beer, but I was buying hard booze. I was finishing probably what you call a vodka at least every day, and sometimes I would start off with a big bottle of wine in the morning. I was bad, and then I'd get a bottle of vodka. One thing I was doing in Illinois, I was going around to different stores and stealing booze, like out of the There was a Kmart I used to hit all the time, and I would steal booze. I'd put it in. Who's this? Just posted new product. Okay. Just reading some of my comments here. Yeah, I drank so damn much back then. I was stealing booze like from Kmart and Walmart. This is in Illinois. One time I stole a whole half gallon, and I was driving around hitting it right out of the bottle. Just bad, bad. All 24/7 I was drinking pretty much. I'd pass out, you know. I didn't do it too long. I'd probably be dead right now. Most pools are 25 meters, Olympic pools, 50-meter lengths. I want to go on. Yeah, Wayne Gretzky. Yeah, that Wayne Gretzky's definitely the go to hockey. That's for sure. Definitely. Um, some of those records he had, will never be beat. But yeah, that was bad times, man. Bad times. I couldn't stop drinking until I ended up getting locked up. Then I decided to change my life. Over a decade ago, I got sober. Yeah, I was drinking from morning till night. Um, and also, they didn't have in Illinois the gas stations. You didn't have to pay. You could pump first. I was gas. They call it gas and going. I'd gas up and take off. I'm a totally different person right now. You know, sobriety is not just about quitting drinking. Sobriety, there's a lot more to it than quitting drinking and drugs. Because I was taking all kinds of drugs too, but there's a lot more to it. You have to change everything in sobriety. That's only part of it. The alcohol was something. It was the underlying factor. It was something I was using for to. It was something I was using because I was depressed and I hated myself. You know, pretty much. Yeah, I was just trying to get. When I got sober first, I hadn't changed quite much yet. You know, you have to change to stay sober, though. I'm finding you got to change. You can't hang around with the same crowd anymore. You can't. I couldn't do the same things anymore. I couldn't take things from stores, like I used to do. You have to become an honest person. Thank you. I appreciate that. You have to become an honest person. You do. I mean, nobody's perfect. You change. I changed slowly. It's called a spiritual experience. Mine was a slow spiritual experience. You got to treat people right. You know what I mean? You can't go behind people's backs and all that. And you got to learn to basically make amends with people when you screw up. New to your channel. I'm not a power lifter, but a martial artist. I train in Brazil. Oh, very good. Brazilian jiu-jitsu is fantastic. Yeah, okay, Wing Chun. Yep, Chun. Yeah, that's great. Like I said, if you're good at something and it's a physical activity, do it. Do it. Be consistent at it. Uh, there's nothing better. It's a natural high. I don't know if I could have stayed sober. I don't know if it wasn't for this. I'm not one of those guys that goes to AA, drinks coffee, and smokes cigarettes all day. That wouldn't work for me. I have to do something. This guy right here, though, this training Brazilian jiu-jitsu, boxing, and all that, man, that's the cat's meow right there, as they say. Yeah, that I wouldn't want to mess with you. That's for sure. Boy, yeah, you'd knock me into the next world. I'm just an old power lifter. Yeah, that's fantastic. If you're good at something, man, and you're consistent, and it gives you that natural high, it makes you happy, you do it. You know what I mean? It might not even be in the gym. Hello there, new to your channel. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. Chess, by the way, is also, yeah, that's a controversial one. Chess. I would say it's more of a game. Just like bodybuilding, is it really a sport or is it a pageant? Who knows? It's you train for it like a sport, but you're out there, you're getting judged by judges, by body parts. Yeah, I'd have to look that up. Is chess actually considered a sport? Oh, okay. No, I never heard of that. You know, never heard of that before. But anyways, that's about all I'm going to say tonight. Um, I had fun. I'm gonna go eat something, get out of my gym here. It's really nice talking to everybody. God bless you.